Like literally drove one more exit down, boom, that motherfucker blew up in flames, bro.
Killshot.
What's poppin'?
So for the people who don't know you, please introduce yourself.
Yo, I'm Killshot, celebrity audio engineer, music producer. We based out of Dallas, Texas, putting on for the city, trying to do things legendary, the way nobody done this shit before, you dig?
Nah, for sure, legendary. That's a great word to put it in perspective for the things that you do. So name some artists that you currently work with and that you have worked with in the past.
For sure. I mean, right now, I work with a lot of artists, bro. I done been doing this 5 years straight, but to sum it up in like some of my biggest accomplishments, Kodak Black, Key Glock, Polo G, No Cap. I've done stuff with Jennifer Lopez, Chloe Bailey. I got all kinds of featured records, shit with like Unwell, Missy Elliott, stuff like that, nothing too crazy.
And how long have you been into music?
Professionally, this is my 5th year doing this. I've been doing music my whole life though. I grew up a drummer. I've always been in like band and drumline and shit like that.
So take us back to the story of Killshot before you became a celebrity producer / engineer, when you was just maybe in your basement or whatever. Yeah. How did it all start out for you?
Man, I'm not even gonna lie. Like this is probably 2014. I graduated high school. I was like just starting to like jump off the porch a little bit, like start smoking weed, kicking it with my homeboys and shit. Like that's when I met this one dude who was like trying to rap, and he would record on his iPad. And I seen it and I'm like, damn, like you're pretty good. I had like cracked FL Studios on my computer. I had a little USB microphone type shit, put it together, end up recording bro a song, helping drop it on SoundCloud. Like we're running up thousands of streams back in 2015 on SoundCloud. So like I was low key way ahead of my time. I just ain't really know how to do it. So probably in 2019 is when I got into like audio engineering school. I started really taking it serious. I think school was like 15 months, 18 months, something like that. And by the time I graduated college, I was a valedictorian. Okay. So my knowledge level, my work ethic, my ambition, my drive to succeed was at an all-time high. From there, I think the rest of the story just kind of tells itself. I kept putting myself in proximity to the people really doing this shit. Getting on a plane, going to LA, getting, you know, on social media, reaching out to people. Like I met Key Glock through an Instagram DM. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? People really sleep on the power to just shoot your shot, cause shoot or shoot. And if you gonna miss, that's not a kill shot. Yeah,
nah, most definitely. And being from the DFW Metroplex, what artists did you listen to, not only from the DFW Metroplex, but what hip hop artists did you listen to?
If I gave you a playlist right now, it'd be like Young Dolph, Money Man, T Grizzly, Key Glock, and I fuck really heavy with like reggaeton, so I'm gonna put like one more in there, Bad Bunny.
Okay, nah, for sure. And it's crazy you say that because those artists that you name, the production that you typically hear from them isn't your sound, right? And I'm not gonna say it isn't your sound. It's when I listen to your production, it's not like what we used to hear.
For sure.
What we're used to hearing, like these same rappers you just named, spit on. So what about Killshot that piqued the interest of Young Dolph, that piqued the interest of Key Glock, that piqued the interest of Kodak Black?
Number one, the versatility. Number two, like the hustle. It's the mentality. Like I relate to these artists because of what they're talking about, what their real life is like. I'm a very much what you see is what you get kind of person. Yeah. So I also am very out of the box. My sound, my production style, my ideas are not the orthodox method that most people do. I'm not just a beat maker. I'm not just an audio engineer. I'm a combination of things, hence the name producer, because I produce results. I'm very results-based driven, and most of the time, you know, artists break out of their shell when they have ideas that are out of their norm, and that's where I'm coming in. I'm trying to put them on stuff like, I'm not gonna take solo credit, but Kodak getting on Sexy Drill Beats was very heavily my influence because they're asking for them and I'm providing them with the highest level quality shit. And like, it speaks for itself. Burn It Up, that's one of my hottest records with Kodak right now.
And so how long have you been working with Kodak? Like, because I see you on jets with him, you're out of town.
Yep.
Actually, I posted a video from your story when his car blew up.
Yeah.
You know, how long have y'all been like tight with each other like that?
Man, now it's been probably like a cool, like 6 or 7 months. I've been really locked in with bro, working with him like regularly. He's a very super humble, just like righteous person. Like he really takes care of his people. I admire the way he responds to things. You know, not a lot of people have that kind of open-mindedness or that kind of like work ethic to keep going. Like even on the highest level of success, bro's in the studio all the time still. Bro's showing up to appearances. Bro wants to get his name out there. Like one thing is a lot of the artists I done seen, they get lazy. They not consistent. Like when Key Glock go in the booth, he not coming out of the recording studio till his song is finished. That's one of 1,000 artists. Most artists gonna put 4 bars down and be like, yeah, bro, I ain't really got the rest written yet.
Smoke a blunt.
Smoke a blunt, sip a drink. Next thing they know, 4 hours of studio time done went by and they ain't really got nothing to show. And that's what I feel like also separates me from the other people is like, I don't just do this for a little bit of money. I don't just do this out of like passion for it. I do it because I love this shit and I expect high level results out of what I do every time.
Yeah, for sure. And you say you've been working with Kodak real tight for the last 6, 7 months. It's crazy you say that because we're going to talk about mental health awareness because you know that's really important when it comes to us men and people in general. I see a lot of pessimistic posts about Kodak. They talking about drugs, they talking about his mental health and things like that.
Man.
What version of Kodak do you see?
This is what I'm gonna put it at. Bad news spreads the quickest, bro. Everybody wanna post shit that's like gonna draw attention, gonna like get a reaction out of shit. Not a lot of people are around to even see or differentiate good from bad, you know? Everybody got a perception, but like not everybody got a perspective. I've seen a lot, I done been around a lot. Like more than anything, bro, you can't believe everything you see on the internet. That shit's just fake. Like everybody got something to say, but who got something to show for it?
Most definitely. Most definitely. And what direction are you and Kodak headed to? Because I know y'all still working together. What direction do you see you guys headed to in this next project or whatever?
Man, global. That's what I'm gonna say. Global. We got some international hit records stuffed in the bag. Y'all gonna see what we got coming soon. And I promise this shit ain't stopping no time soon. So either join the winning team or get the f out the way. You dig? Nah,
for sure. And Key Glock. Let's talk about Key Glock. When you did Let's Go, what mentality were you in when y'all were doing Let's Go?
Man, that beat came on in the studio. You know, he had like 3 different beats. One was from Tay Keith, one was from Buddha Blessed It, one was with King Wonka, which is who did Let's Go. When they played the 3, you know, I'm a big fan of like Buddha Blessed It. Like his production style is super like what I grew up or like kind of matured my level to listening and learning from. So I was kind of like, damn, I want to do this Buddha Blessed It beat. But then like Let's Go was just so hard. I was like, nah, we gotta do this one. And like Glock literally is like, which one you think? I was like, this one. And he like asked his brother like, what you think? And he's like, nah, Killshot right, like let's do this one. Like the minute we started that one, I knew it was gonna be a hit. Like the way he does his ad-libs, bro, something about his ad-libs are just so turned up. The energy he gives to it. Like when he put the ad-libs on that track, I was like, oh yeah, this is going up. Now this is one of the biggest songs in history right now. It's definitely one of his biggest songs, and let it speak for itself. It's the theme song of NBA 2K25 because we balling on these motherfuckers. You dig?
Nah, for sure. How did it feel to not only get on 2K25, but for it to be the Boston Celtics theme song when they won the championship?
Man, that was nuts. That was crazy. You know, I actually got to go to a fucking Jaylen Brown's birthday party with Kodak last year. That shit was nuts too. But definitely, you know, what a crazy accomplishment. Like, shout out to Glock, bro. Like, he keep going up. That's one thing I also admire about the people I work with. There's zero complacency. Like, I learned this saying that there's like 0 margin for error and 0 toleration for excuses. And I just kind of really have, you know, stuck with me, and that's what I move on. Yeah,
for sure. And the Key Glock just dropped Glockavilli. Shout out Key Glock. You know, he's been on a hiatus for a while. You know, what would you say is the reason behind his hiatus? Do you think it's because he's still dealing with Dolph, that situation? Because that's a sad situation.
I'm just gonna say this. Maybe people who ain't tuned in think hiatus, but there's still work going on 24/7, bro. Like, ain't shit stopping. That's one thing is like, when you want high level results, you need high level planning and high level execution.
Yeah.
You know, he just made his first major label release. Like, he's going crazy. He did all the work independently as an artist to even be in a position to get a major label deal and really benefit from it. Because when it comes to major labels backing an artist situation, you got to be able to sell tickets, you got to be able to sell merch, you got to have music streaming, you got to have radio play. These are all things he done had way before them. So it's like, motherfuckers will spin it however they want to see it, but it's really perfect timing. Perfect execution is what we'll call it.
And so being from the DFW, and being the level that you see what's going on in the DFW city with everything, I'm not going to be in particular about anything, but to the level of success that you're at, what can you attest to your mindset and not being in low level thinking like a lot of these artists are?
All right, this is actually really crazy you asked me this. Like, I was talking to my bro about this today, and it's like, when you want to manifest what you want to obtain in life, first and foremost, you have to believe that it's possible. That's number one, is having a belief. Number two, you have to physically touch the things before you get it. Like, a lot of people don't even know the shit's real. Maybe they think it's real, but until they're sitting in that seat of the fucking Rolls Royce Cullinan, they could never think like, I could have this for myself. Once you done touched it and you seen it and you believed in it, literally anything is possible, bro. And I think a lot of artists have this fantasy of what they can have with no realism to how to actually get that. That's something for me, like, I just continually put myself proximity of the things I want, the people I want to be like, the finances I want to have, the cars I want to drive. Like, it goes on down the list, but you just can't settle for what you know you're better than. And it's not that you're too good for certain things, because sometimes you got to climb down that ladder and see what it's really like at that level. But that's a reminder of where you're not finna end up, if that makes sense. A lot of people just get stuck down in the trenches and they can't get themselves out of it because they don't believe that they can have better than that.
Most definitely. And with that mindset, how has that altered or turned up your lifestyle?
Man, it feels like nothing is impossible. You know, as I said before, like, first and foremost, it comes with a plan. Secondarily, it comes with execution. Like, people always talking about, I got $1 million idea. There's no such thing as $1 million idea. There's only $1 million execution.
Most definitely.
Period. If you don't do the work, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself.
Most definitely. Any crazy tour stories?
Man, the car blowing up, that one was a crazy one.
Man, let's talk about that, man. What happened that night?
Man, literally, like, he gets the champagne Impala dropped off at the crib. We at this like fucking 15-bedroom mansion, player-ass spot. And we go into the show. I think it was in Orlando or maybe Tampa. I forget which one it was. It was like one of the last 2 shows of the tour. Like, we drive in, like, the car just start like making weird ass noises. Like, jumping and sputtering, and like, we're driving down the highway, just like mid-driving, the whole car shuts off. But we're still cruising, so it's just like rolling. And Kodak's trying to start the car, and it's like, and he's like, is it supposed to do this? And I was like, hey, nah. So we pull over, get out the car, and like, it starts smelling like gas, like strongly like gasoline. And we were like, what the f, that's weird. Like, literally drove one more exit down, boom, that motherfucker blew up in flames, bro. Like, thank God we were not in the car when that happened, because that shit would have been crazy. But yeah, I mean, how unexpected, bro. Like, Kodak told me, like, call Sexy real quick. Like, I don't got her number. Like, boom, call her, like, hey, sorry we running late to the show. Like, she thought we was bullshitting. Like, we were like, nah, we having car problems for real. Like, we was already kind of late, so like, that didn't help. But then they seen the videos of the car on fire, and they were like, oh shit, like, y'all really was having car problems. Like, it was kind of nuts, no lie. But what a viral moment, bro. I mean, that shit was literally everywhere on the internet. Like,
how did it feel talking to Sexy Red on the phone?
Crazy, not gonna lie. Sexy's really cool. Like, I was on tour with her and Kodak, you know, for like September, October, and part of November type shit. Like, it was just like a crazy experience, bro. These people are so like humble for the position they're in, because they get real love. Like, Kodak gets so much love from his fans, bro, and that's something like you can't fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really go places and they really are like bringing you gifts and like waiting to take pictures, like, people literally waited outside the show 15 hours sometimes. Like, they would get there at 11 in the morning and like 2 a.m. we're leaving.
We're gonna talk about YB. He just got out, and YB is probably one of the most streamed artists on YouTube. Probably is the most streamed artist on YouTube. He hasn't did a show in a long time. What do you feel like his show is gonna be like?
Man, if I had to guess, I'd imagine sold out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, with the level of success, the level of news coverage, the level of everything bro has, like, he got a lot of attention. Attention to some degree is the new form of currency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have absolutely no doubt that that shit's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
I seen they're moving other artist tours out the way so that it don't interfere, because they already know like the ticket sales gonna go that way for sure.
Yeah.
That's something, you know, well, I'll speak on this, like the amount of time you've been in the game. Like there's a lot of artists that come and go. They got a 10-month run. Very few have a 10-year run.
Yeah.
Very few have a 10-year run.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
what do you think he should do now? I mean, he's been in a lot of trouble, of course. Quite naturally, he has ops or whatever you want to call it. What do you think YB should do in order to continue this Michael Jackson type of Tupac type of run that he's on?
I don't even know, you know, like I ain't gonna lie, I don't really be like all up in the business or the know. I got enough of my own stuff going on. I try to stay off the internet with a lot of shit, because it just don't add to what I got going. But what I will say is, like, bro got a major label backing. Obviously, bro got like security and all type of shit. Like, he already doing the right shit. Like, that's one thing. Like, when you get to a certain level of success, like, you just gotta do what you know works for you.
Yeah.
Like, when you're trying to figure it out, it's cool to copy what other people got going or take the advice. That's not saying that when you get up here, like, you stop listening to people, but to a degree, they can't give you their opinion because they never been in your situation.
Nah, for sure. And any artist trying to reach out to you for services or for your knowledge or whatever, where can they reach you?
Yeah, Instagram, definitely, Killshot, ENG. I got a website, it's killshotmentorship.com. On there, I do hyper-intensive one-on-one focus teaching for either audio engineers, producers, or artists who are interested in like really getting that one-on-one focus, the knowledge, the know-how. I also have video courses I sell on my website. It talks about theory on how to get clients, build a customer base, how to set your pricing, how to network in social media. Like, it's more of the business side of things mixed with a little bit of the how-to engineer. Then my latest venture, my bro Umair is doing it with me. We got Songy, son.gy. It's an AI music suite of tools targeted towards artists, producers, engineers, and label executives that are giving them resources to help build their music career without them having to invest so much bread to an individual. We're including AI mastering, we're including song generation, we're gonna have AI clean version maker where you can upload your explicit song and it'll spit out a clean version. Like, there's a lot of things that we're trying to incorporate that people aren't even talking about, period. A lot of people worried AI is gonna come in and replace them. You motherfucking right it is. So you better get a plan on how you're gonna utilize these tools to stay on that curve, because I think that's something else anybody that knows me would say about me is like, I'm constantly on the front edge of the curve. Like, whatever new, late, great techniques, knowledge, ability, software, I'm on that shit. Like, I constantly stay learning. Like, I never stop learning. That's literally my favorite thing to do. I don't even watch TV, no bullshit. I do not watch TV.
Nah, I believe you, because I be too busy to watch TV.
Man, like, I watch
How can you watch TV when you got so much you gotta do if you're trying to accomplish something?
YouTube for sure, little other shit, read a lot of stuff, like, but just being in the mix, you know, understanding psychology, that's a big thing, bro. People don't talk about that enough. Like, there's a psychology to sales, there's a psychology to marketing, there's a psychology to consuming. If you don't understand how these things work, you're never gonna be able to scale a brand, a company, an individual, because you don't even understand how the people you're trying to sell it to purchase or consume that item.
Most definitely. And if you had 60 seconds to speak to anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and what would the conversation consist of?
60 seconds. Albert Einstein.
What would you talk to Albert about?
Man, I want to understand how he became so knowledgeable about so many things, because when you develop a process, it starts with a theory. And then in science, it's your job to prove your theory is true or is even possible or is plausible. A lot of times theories are only plausible, but somehow they still get the result. Until that shit's proven fact, you know, there's always something new to learn. So just developing new ways, developing new ideas, and not getting caught in the reality of your situation, bro. I'm very big on, you know, breaking barriers, trying to get out of the matrix.
Most definitely.